Thomas and Friends, delivering the mail. One sunny morning on the island of Sodor, the Fat Controller tells Thomas that he has a very special job for him. Thomas, I need you to deliver some mail for me today. Delivering the mail is usually Percy's job, but he is at the SteamWorks having some repairs made. Thomas is glad he will be able to fill in for his best friend Percy and be a really useful engine. He sets off right away to pick up his first letter, smiling at all of the other engines he passes on the way. Thomas's first stop is at the farm in Mayfleet, where the farmer has a letter that needs to be delivered into town. Thomas loves visiting the farm and looking out for all of the different animals that live there. The Principal, Mayfleet School. Mayfleet Station Master, Farquhar Branch Line, Sodor. With love from Farmer McCall, Mayfleet Farm. To the principal of the Mayfleet School, it is our pleasure to invite all pupils of your school to an open day at our farm next week. We will have a hayride tour of the farm and a petting zoo set up on the day so that the children can play with the animals as they learn all about them. We will provide lunch for all students, which will include pumpkin soup and apple pie, made with pumpkins and apples from our very own farm. Please confirm at your earliest convenience which day would best suit the school for the visit. With kind regards, Farmer McCall, Mayfleet Farm. When Thomas arrives at Mayfleet Station, he delivers the letter to the station master, who tells Thomas that he will make sure it reaches the school. Thomas is happy to think that the students will soon be visiting the farm and seeing all of the animals. Thomas puffs on towards the SteamWorks, where one of the workmen has a letter for the Fat Controller. Please deliver this right away, Thomas, he says. The Fat Controller has been waiting for this update. The Fat Controller, Tidmouth Sheds, Tidmouth, Sodor. From the SteamWorks staff. To the Fat Controller, we are glad to report that we have discovered what was wrong with Percy. The connecting rods between his wheels had broken down and will need to be replaced. Once the new connecting rods that we have ordered arrive, we will fit them right away so that Percy can go back to being a really useful engine. The new parts will arrive soon, so Percy will be back on the rails by the end of the day. Sincerely, the SteamWorks staff. The Fat Controller is very happy to receive the update about Percy. We'll have Percy back to delivering the mail in no time, Thomas, he smiles, but I'm very glad to have you filling in until then. Keep up the good work. Thomas sets off for the fairground next to pick up a special delivery that needs to go to Knapford. He calls out a cheerful hello to his friend Bertie, who had just dropped off some passengers at the fair. To the station master, Knapford Junction, Farquhar Branch Line, Sodor. The fairground folk. To the Knapford Junction Station Master, please be so kind as to hang the enclosed flyer at your station where all of the passengers will be able to see it. Knapford Junction is a very busy station, and we are hoping to inform as many people about the fair as possible. With thanks, the Fairground Folk. Come and visit the fair. Rides, games, clowns, delicious treats, and much more. Thomas bustles off and soon arrives at Knapford Junction, where the station master is happy to receive the flyer. I'll stick it where all of the children passing through the station will be able to see it, he tells Thomas. The next stop for Thomas is back at the SteamWorks, where the Fat Controller has been visiting Percy and has a letter for Thomas to take to the quarry. Mavis, the Onopal Quarry, Farquhar Branch Line, Sodor. Sender, the Fat Controller. Dear Mavis, I am writing to thank you for all of your hard work this week at the quarry. As a special reward for being so useful, you can take half a day on Friday so that you can visit the fair with all of the other engines. Please let Diesel, Ari, and Bert know that they are also allowed to go. Sincerely, the Fat Controller. Mavis is very excited when she reads the Fat Controller's letter, and even Ari and Bert stopped frowning when they hear the good news. Thomas feels very happy to have delivered such a nice letter. The next place Thomas needs to visit is the dock to pick up a letter that has arrived by boat from overseas. The Fat Controller, Knapford Junction, Farquhar Branch Line, Sodor. Lots of love, Stephen and Bridget, Australia. Wish you were here. Dear Grandfather, we miss you very much, but we're having such a wonderful holiday here in Australia. It's very hot, and the country is so big that it takes a very long time to travel across it, even when you're traveling on a very fast train. The train on the front of this postcard is named Shane, and he is a very jolly fellow. We'll be back home by Christmas, and we're looking forward to a lovely snowy holiday with you and Grandmother when we return. Lots of love, Bridget and Stephen. The Fat Controller is delighted to receive a postcard from his grandchildren and reads it aloud to Thomas, who thinks that a holiday to Australia sounds like a lot of fun indeed. Thomas gives the Fat Controller a ride to Tidmouth Sheds, where his car is waiting for him. The Fat Controller thanks Thomas for bringing him back to Tidmouth and asks if he could please deliver one last letter for him. To the Sodor Search and Rescue Centre, Mainline Loop, Sodor. Sender, the Fat Controller. Dear Belle, Captain, Flynn, Rocky, Harold and Butch, I am very impressed by the excellent work you have all been doing at the Sodor Search and Rescue Centre. I know I can always count on all of you to lend a hand and save the day. I am very proud of you all. I have included a special certificate in this letter for you to hang on the wall in the Search and Rescue Center so that you could all be reminded of how really useful you are. Warm regards, the Fat Controller. Thomas's friends at the Search and Rescue Center are all very chuffed to receive such a kind letter from the Fat Controller, and they are very quick to thank Thomas for delivering it to them. After a very busy day traveling all around the island, Thomas drops into the SteamWorks to have his paintwork polished and his engine checked by Victor and Kevin. After he is given the all-clear at the SteamWorks, Thomas sets off back to Tidmouth Sheds with Henry, James and Percy, who is very happy to be repaired and back on the rails. On the way, Thomas tells his friends all about his exciting day delivering the mail. And that's the end of the story. Hope you like it. Oh, and just one question. Have you ever written a letter to someone you care about and sent it to them in the post?